It is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker of today, Professor Dr. Lale. She was born in Izmir and graduated from the American College Institute in 1984 and from Dental Faculty, Gazi University in 1989. She received a doctorate degree in Orthodontics in 1994 and became a professor in 2008. She is still working as a full-time professor at the Department of Orthodontics, Dental Faculty, Gazi University, and has been the head of department in 2019 to 2021. She is also in charge of the Department of Orthodontics, Dental Faculty, Cyprus University of Health and Social Sciences as the head of department. She gives lessons on body language to Gazi University students and body language and patient communication in dentistry to dental students besides the undergraduate and postgraduate courses. She has been working as members of many committees at the Dental Faculty of Gazi University, Executive Board, Social Activities Committee as a head, and Faculty Fund Committee, etc. She has many publications and presentations, has given lectures to dental students and assistants of orthodontics at the Dental Faculty Aristotle University in Greece. In 2007, with the Erasmus Exchange Program, she speaks advanced English and French. She gives conferences on holistic life and awareness, stress management and success to schools, faculties, and institutions. She's working on holistic therapies for groups and personally concerning complementary medicine. Professor Dr. Lale has invented Natural Hermetic Healing System, NHS herself, a system of healing, DNA and RNA and awareness, and applies sessions as well as training courses. Her title of the presentation is Integrity of the Human Body, Nature, Life. So please join me in welcoming warmly Professor Lale, please.
Thank you, and thank you for your amazing as being a moderator. Thanks a lot. Let me share my slides first. Okay. Well, these conferences are all amazing. I would, in my name, like to thank all the lecturers, and I'm going to speak, and I will try to add a little bit to what they have said. So we'll speak about integrity of the human body, nature, and life, and how they relate to each other. So I have been dealing with this subject for many years, more than 20 years maybe. And life has just driven me to deal with all these subjects. And these subjects are the ones that I'm professional about, besides my own profession, as complementary therapies. And in the end, I have created a new system which I have named as Natural Hermetic Healing System. And it deals with DNA, RNA, and combines their relations with awareness and creation, of course. Now, as you have all mentioned, what Einstein has already said, it is not possible to solve the important problems we have with the level of consciousness at the moment we created them. Now, this quotation has been a unifying one for all of us, I think, within these 2 days, because everybody really mentioned the importance of what Einstein was trying to say to us, let us be aware of. So we need to change our level of consciousness. And it also includes something as at the moment we created them, which means it shows us that we can change our consciousness according to the status we are in and according to our time development. So we have the opportunity to change everything. Now, we have our own reality, but is it the actual reality? This question we need to ask to ourselves, because we know that our intention can only direct us or show us the reality, whatever we see, whatever we observe, whatever we accept as, when it is aligned with our mind and soul, when they are on the same frequency, when they work in harmony. So we create our own reality and we think that it is what it is as the actual reality. But is it? If it was, then we would have no such chaotic, differentiated life path, but have a harmonious, balanced, and a single path or a single road path, let's say. Since our life is not in that way, we can say that we create our own reality and we have the opportunity to change it by changing our intention, the alignment of our intention with our mind and soul. How are we going to do this? First, we have to be aware that the human being has been created with the ego. The system has been created that way. And our experiences are under the influence of our family, environment, and society. And these all lead to our lifestyle, our awareness, and how we receive things and how we just bestow. Creation has a lot of variety of things, a variety of thoughts, feelings, as well as a variety of nations, variety of whatever we conceive in our environment, as well as different societies that have been mentioned today also. So we have to be aware how our family, friends, and the things we deal with, how environment and the society we are in are reflected via our experiences and how they affect us. All lead to us being in a positive manner, leading our lives in a positive or a negative manner, or having this as a phenomenon. So, as a result, a human being can be evil, cruel, or virtuous or compassionate. Now, what does this have to do with our life path? It's actually like the nucleus of our life path. Because whatever we think as our reality has been formed from our approach, from our beliefs. And if we are in an evil or cruel phenomena or lifestyle, let's say, then we have the tendency to act like it. So our manners, our awareness, and our thoughts, feelings, they all form the actions that we perform throughout life, and form also our expectations. We all know that the human being expects to be rewarded. The human being never would want to be punished. But whatever life gives us is a little bit different. We can be rewarded, we can be punished. And whatever we receive depends on our bestowal and how we view things, we understand things, and what is our actual phenomena. Mevlana says, either seem as you are or be as you seem. This saying also indicates that we can be differentiated in our visual perspective as well as our inner perspective. And we have the capacity actually to balance them both and be the same, make them the same or similar at least. But we also have the capacity to show differently or to act differently, and believe in a different way. Will this lead to a balance? No. We have to be in the same alignment with our inner self and outer self in order to be in balance. Why do we have to be in balance, or do we have to? If we are not in balance, then we will have obstacles. And this is not a belief. This is what nature shows us. This is what life shows us, indicates us. Because whenever we are not in balance, either we become sick or we have to face obstacles, we have to overcome obstacles, or we have to differentiate in our life path. We have to make a change. And these, when we eliminate mental and emotional obstacles, if we can succeed in doing, then our bodies, the bodies naturally regain its own healthy, harmonious vibration. So the body also needs a harmonious vibration. And mentally and emotionally, we have to be aligned with our body. As Lightman says, some laws apply only to Earth and some also apply to space. Some of these rules are perceived through our senses and our bodies, but there are other laws, such as the laws of radiation, whose action we cannot feel. We can only see the phenomena they produce. We cannot perceive, hear, or see waves, but we do recognize their effects. So there are nature's laws. We are in contact with them. Either we perceive, see, hear, feel, or recognize. Well, how does this happen? Is there a hidden upper force that we are not aware of sometimes? Of course, nature has laws, and they are in relation with the human body, and they create us a reality, but a reality that we actually are led to be seen. So, led to see. So we have a chance here, or an option that we can change, either accept whatever we feel, we see as reality, or try to discover, make researches, and try to find out what is if there is one, what is the hidden upper force and how does it act on us, so that we can change our reality or observation. Now, ancient civilizations, they used natural laws or nature, let's say, as light, colors, and frequency without maybe knowing them as frequency, or maybe by knowing, who knows, in healing and awareness. And we all have a life force energy within us, which is related to the universal life energy. Either we choose to use it in a perfect way, or we choose to use it in a cruel way. Or sometimes we are not even aware of it. So life force energy that carries the consciousness of the Supreme Source, meaning the upper force, the hidden upper force, it works for us, for our spiritual purposes and healing. Healing is important for the human body since it will make us be in balance and harmony. And we have the reflections of these, all nature and creation in our bodies. There are special energy centers in our bodies that have been created. Universal life energy is distributed through all all these centers to our organs. They have colors, and colors are frequencies. So, if we are aware of them and we can change them, we can use them for our balance and harmony. How can we do this? We should start being in nature. We should start being in contact with nature, and then using our 5 senses. We should walk barefoot on grass. We should listen. That we don't do. We sometimes do, but we don't usually do. We forget to do. We should listen to the sounds around us. We should let sunshine in our eyes and body. The sunshine is not there, present there by chance, but it's a gift given to us. We have to be aware. So we should watch what is the environment, what is just beyond us, in between us, and which we are in contact with. We should smell, we should feel like the wind and watch and be in interrelated actions with nature. And we should be aware of the natural wave movements, and we should be aware every moment, every day, every hour, every minute. There is a system that has been built by the upper force or nature, whatever we call, and as we come into the realization of the natural laws, the system, a connection forms between us and the system. And we start to be aware of more. Everything is present in front of us, just everywhere, like colors. Why are colors important? They have frequencies, which are just a reflection of nature, natural laws. And they form the electromagnetic area. They affect the electromagnetic area, which is called aura, which is present in our bodies, and we receive the frequencies via these colors from nature to our body, and they affect our organs. And we also have the capacity to deal with these frequencies, the frequencies of the colors that are around us, by being in nature and by choosing our food. Whatever we choose to eat, they affect not only the quality, not only the vitamins and minerals, but the colors that we choose to eat of the food. And the clothes we choose to wear, the decorations in our houses. These all create a resonation, meaning the earth resonates with the vibrations created with the colors around us. So we are all in a vibrating system, and we have everything present in front of us, given by nature, naturally. Just one example that I love to present and love to talk in all my presentations. Lemon, because I love it, which is present in all the green trees. It has a green color first and then becomes yellow. And we know that in a healing process, in complementary treatment, we can improve the immune system, especially in chronic diseases, by using yellow and green. And this is not by chance. So everything has been programmed, everything is present for us, for the benefit of us, just like plants. They contain the life energy, the healing energy, and they can balance us, and they can interrelate frequency between us and nature, like lavender. Okay, it has a good smell, it calms us, but it can also be used for pain, muscle spasms, and for relaxation. Music. We have natural sounds like birds, the sea waves, and they give effect in the cellular level. Do you know that organs and tissues have special tones, and cells can be affected with these tones? So the environmental music or the environmental sound can be used in healing to provide balance, to provide harmony, of the human being with nature, with the upper force, and to provide healing by using the music all around us. So every sound affects each cell, each organ, each tissue, and of course all other details that are already present in our bodies. And every being has his own voice. We can just use use the natural laws, do some exercises, just imitate nature. And this is not by chance. Is there a problem? No, okay. And we can use these exercises to be healed and to be balanced. We have meridians. We have a body like a computer program, but it is more detailed, more complicated, and more sensitive than a computer program. And everything has been created for us that we should be thankful for. The meridians also, they provide and contain the system of life energy, and they are the paths to specific life energy, and they have been used for many years and still are being used as complementary therapies for healing. And we have acupoints all over us, all over our bodies that we can just stimulate to provide different frequencies, to provide balance again in our bodies. And also, which is not spoken much, but we can use these acupoints and meridians and other things that I have mentioned in healing, okay, but also in our awareness, which is also present in my system. So healing is directly related to consciousness level, perception, and frequency of the being. As we can change our consciousness level, our perception will change in the same manner. So our frequency will change. All of these were tried to be explained by the quantum philosophy, matter and energy, and we know that all particles can behave in waves sometimes, and sometimes the subatomic particles, they can act as particles or waves, or can change according to in which status they are. And how does this happen? And what is the relation of this to our humanity, human body? We all know that feelings and thoughts affect our actions, but our actions also, they affect others. They affect all the human beings. They affect the world. They affect the creation, the nature. Emotional traumas, they may lead to diseases, and they may be healed, of course. They may be changed, which we should be thankful for. And we have the secret DNA in us, within us. Genetic code is not stable. It has been proven by scientific researches, and genes are in relations with feelings. And we can activate DNA and RNA, the system, and they are all organized in a mathematical way. We all need to be aware, and only just need to be aware of the natural laws and change our perception and empathy and lifestyle in relation to those in accordance with the system that is already present for us. We have functions all throughout our bodies, and they are related directly to frequency and vibration, and they send vital energy to the diseased areas if we can use them correctly, of course. As human beings, what we can do is try to obtain this integral view, integral approach, and try to apply it to our actions. We should always be thankful, and our intention should be in the path of bestowal, and it should be aligned with our mind and soul, of course. So forgiveness, no judgments, ego awareness of the system are the keywords that will lead us to peace, that will lead actually the world to peace, as Islam mentions. Sorry, we go back. What does Islam say? Nature, like a competent judge, punishes us according to our developments. For we can see that to the extent that mankind develops, so increase the pains and torments. And besides the blows we take today, we must also consider the drawn sword for the future, and the right conclusion must be drawn that nature will ultimately defeat us, and we will all be compelled to join hands in following of the commandments with all the required measure. To discover the spiritual rules, we must begin to change ourselves and operate in accordance with these rules. So this is very important. We must begin to change ourselves and operate in accordance with these rules to realize and actualize the human level in reality. Now, we have the system. I said the system tries to make us aware, and why we had the COVID-19 pandemic. I just want to remind, which will surely continue with different viruses, why we had it, just for awareness. And the most important thing I want to deal with now, to talk now, is I just wanted to mention this because it is important, I think. Our breath, mouth, and teeth, they're all interrelated. So the COVID-19 was not by chance, and it showed us that, or it tried to show the human beings that it had a significance in life, and its nature and body is interrelated. There are researchers which have tried to show, there are publications which just show how does this happen, how the pandemic things happen, like this, the analysis of the dynamic analysis of fluid and gas, they act us. And I want to thank here Vladimir Argonaut for developing this new system about the scientific system or program about showing us how the droplets distribute and how we can become sick in a dental office especially. So these scientific programs or these scientific results, let's say, research data, show us that we can cure ourselves, but we can also be interrelated with the system if we are not aware of the system, if we are not aware of what is given to us, what has been formed to us, given already. We have to be aware of all the system to be cured, to be healed, to be harmony, and aware of this, what is already present. So I want to conclude with love, and I hope that love will just be all everywhere for all of us. And thank you for listening to me. If of course there are questions, but I don't think I have the time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciating your sharing your expertise and passion with us today. Lots of frequencies of beauty that landed with us, so thank you again. This presentation has undoubtedly sparked contemplation and raised important questions. I'm sorry that we don't have the time here for questions now. Maybe, Yasmin, what do you think? Can we take one question at least? Is that happening, or should we proceed?
Yes, I think we can take the time. It was such a beautiful presentation. So let us take one time, and then we can invite everyone to share the questions privately.
So thank you. So I would like to give the right of speech to dear Dr. Pines here. Please unmute yourself, Dr. Pines, to be able.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll try to make it quick because I realize I actually had two different questions, so I probably whichever one is easier for Professor Tanner to answer. One was on what you said. Do you see the healthy mind and body, this intake of color of different levels, etc., as a measure, even a kind of biofeedback to dynamically affect correction for the individual, and in fact extend that perhaps, that it could be done by an integral self, a society seeking connection. The other question, whichever one, would you see the color frequency absorption that you were mentioning is possibly related to, I mentioned earlier this consciousness quantum resonance frequency that's theorized, in fact was even measured by Professor Hameroff and others on the nervous system. So there is this natural quantum frequency and consciousness related frequency, and perhaps that interacts with the kind of colors you're talking about. Whichever one of those you care to answer.
Well, they are interrelated, I think, if I understood your question correctly, because color is just an example that we speak of because everybody can see it easily and can just be aware of. That's why we give that as an example for frequency. But what is the actual reality is the integral view and the integrative system that has been developed. So we are in it, but we just perceive it as just throughout only by the 5 senses we have, and the frequencies that just we feel but not are aware of. So they're all interrelated. So we cannot understand the interrelation without the integral view, which is the basic, most important thing.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the answer. And thank you very much again for your enlightening contribution here and inviting us to such a deep reflection. Thank you so much.